Olympic champion.
So how long does that fight last?
Listen, my opinion, it's 1 round.
There's been some talk about possibly Joshua using Jake Paul as a tune-up to fight you. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't know about tune-up. I think Jake Paul...
Boxing legends are weighing in on the Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua fight, and their opinions couldn't be stronger. Alexander Usyk believes this fight won't last beyond 1 round. Having faced Joshua twice, Usyk says he understands exactly how much power Joshua carries. In his view, this event isn't about competition or sporting value. It's about money. Usyk believes Joshua needs only 1 clean opening to expose the massive gap in power. To him, Jake is stepping into territory he simply hasn't experienced before, and the result would be fast and decisive. Tyson Fury goes in the opposite direction and delivers one of the most shocking predictions of all. Fury boldly claims that Jake Paul will knock out Anthony Joshua. This statement catches many off guard because it goes against nearly every expert opinion. Fury explains that Jake is getting physically bigger, lifting heavier weights, and transforming into a stronger fighter. He believes momentum can
Money, right?
Yeah.
Do you see something wrong with AJ taking that fight?
This is just a lot of money. It's just a show.
Right.
This is not interesting sport because, guys, brothers, Anthony, it's Olympic champion.
Right.
Jake, it's just sportsman. Yeah, YouTuber. Jake do a lot of work. Special coach, special food, a lot of exercise, new.
Yes.
But this is guy don't have a mother fights.
Right.
Never
Right.
a mother fights. Maybe them wrestling now professional, but Joshua, Anthony Joshua, it's Olympic champion.
So how long does that fight last?
Listen, my opinion, it's 1 round because Anthony twice, my fight twice, jab.
Very hard.
Yeah, look. You know, this is.
And still from it.
times outweigh experience. Fury insists that Jake's confidence and rapid rise could produce a result no one sees coming. While his words remain controversial, they carry weight because they come from someone who understands heavyweight boxing as well as anyone alive. Teddy Atlas approaches the matchup calmly and strategically. He acknowledges Joshua's strength but says Jake Paul should not be dismissed entirely. Atlas points out that Jake's youth gives him faster recovery, boldness, and a willingness to take risks. He also notes that Jake's footwork has improved, allowing movement that could challenge Joshua if underestimated. Atlas believes Jake's hunger and fresh mindset matter. While Joshua controls fights best through distance and experience, Jake's speed and willingness to engage could open small opportunities. Atlas does not predict a Jake victory, but he insists Jake has enough tools to deserve serious consideration.
What are your thoughts on that?
I don't know about tune-up. I think Jake Paul knocks him out.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Why so? What impresses you about Jake Paul?
I just think Jake Paul would knock AJ out. I think AJ's a spent force, and I think Jake Paul's on the rise. And I like his new heavyweight look.
Lamont Roach speaks with respect but clear concern. He does not view this as a balanced contest. Joshua's size, strength, and experience introduce a level of danger Jake has never faced. Roach explains that Joshua doesn't need extended exchanges or heavy combinations. One solid shot could change everything instantly. Heavyweight power is different, and Roach believes Jake is entering a fight where the physical gap alone could place him in serious trouble. Andrew Tate keeps his reaction simple and focused. He says Jake deserves respect for stepping into a moment this.
I get it. Coming from a guy who's not a true traditional boxer, and to be able to have a position where he can fight a former unified world champion, former Olympic gold medalist, and to do it on such a stage where Anthony Joshua was a superstar as well. I mean, like, he sold out the O2, you know, twice.
Absolutely.
I think. So, you know, I think Jake is setting himself up for, you know, a huge spectacle, and which is, you know, kind of smart. If you're going to go big, why not go to the highest, like the highest of the mountain? Why not? and I get it. That's what you call business right there. And I seen a lot of guys calling him out, from like Gabe to, other guys who are
Langa.
boxers. Yeah, like guys who actually beat him. But why would he settle for those guys when he could fight Anthony Joshua? So I think that's smart. I think that's super smart.
Smart is one thing. What do you think happens in the ring, though, champ?
I think he gets hurt for sure. I think he gets obliterated. Something close to like Francis Ngannou. I think something like that happens, and it's going to be bad for him. But
Big. Tate believes most people would never agree to face someone with Joshua's power and experience. For him, the outcome matters less than the courage it takes to accept the challenge. Tate doesn't offer a prediction. Instead, he highlights ambition and risk, saying Jake's willingness alone sets him apart. UFC bantamweight fighter Sean Ali speaks from a place of concern rather than commentary. Ahead of the December 19th event in South Florida, Ali openly admits that facing Joshua is terrifying. He explains that being knocked out by someone of Joshua's caliber can change a person's life forever. This isn't just about losing a fight. Ali calls Jake's decision incredibly dangerous and stresses that the physical risks go far beyond boxing headlines.
For Jake Paul. All right, great. You know what? Thank you, Sean. And now that's my phrase. I'm going to steal that from you from this moment. I'm going to use it going forward because I didn't know how to describe my feeling about this fight, but I just got it. I'm glad I thought of it right after I read Sean O'Malley said it. Sean went on to say, there's certain punches, there's certain knockouts, there's certain concussions, there's certain ass whippings, there's certain beatings that are not equal to others. They're the kind of knockouts, of punches, of concussions, of ass whippings, and of beatings that change your life. They change lives. And O'Malley didn't elaborate on what that meant. But I know what he meant. There is a confidence that a person has. From the guy that walks down the street, the most confident, he walks in the room and he's the man and he gets to live his life feeling that way and people will treat him that way. All the way down to the coward who walks his life like he's weak, who handles everything sheepishly. The one thing those two guys have in common is that neither of them actually knows where they stand. Neither of them has actually tested that theory. They got all the...
Chael Sonnen removes emotion from the conversation and focuses strictly on facts. He lists size, power, reach, weight, height, and years of elite experience as advantages overwhelmingly favoring Joshua. Sonnen acknowledges Jake's improvement but explains that none of Jake's previous opponents compare to the level Joshua has faced. According to Sonnen, every measurable factor in this matchup leans heavily toward Joshua, making the imbalance impossible to ignore. Chris Algieri breaks the fight down based on Joshua's patterns. He explains that Joshua adapts to the opponent in front of him. Against dangerous fighters, Joshua stays calculated. Against overmatched opponents, he
analogy I'm getting to, Chris.
Yeah, and I agree. And but listen, Joshua's done this already. He fought a guy that he was supposed to destroy,
right?
And then he went out there and he destroyed him. And he didn't play with his food. Yep. He didn't say, okay, it was Ngannou I'm talking about, obviously.
Of course.
Who gave Tyson Fury fits and really had everyone questioning Tyson Fury's ability because he struggled with an MMA fighter in his pro boxing debut. Anthony Joshua didn't do that. He went out there and did what we all expected Tyson Fury to do and completely wiped the floor with the guy. And if Joshua doesn't do that this fight, I agree with you, Jimmy. It's going to hurt his stock. It's going to hurt the way that people
dominates. Algieri believes Jake falls into the second category. He doesn't expect Joshua to rush, but once Joshua decides to step in, Algieri believes the finish comes with precision and power. In his view, Joshua's consistency makes the outcome predictable. Dave Allen looks at the situation practically. He studies Jake Paul's past fights and notes that Jake hasn't faced constant pressure or true heavyweight force. That allowed Jake to stay composed and control the pace. Allen warns that Joshua won't allow that comfort. Even at partial aggression, Joshua brings a level of pressure Jake hasn't seen before. Allen believes the fight could change instantly once that pressure appears. Barry McGuigan delivers one of the strongest warnings. With decades around elite punchers, he says many fans don't understand how dangerous this fight truly is. A clean heavyweight punch changes everything. McGuigan explains that imagining Jake Paul standing across from Joshua should concern anyone who understands boxing. His words are not meant as insult, but as a reminder of the raw physical reality of heavyweight fighting. This is more than entertainment. It's a dangerous collision of unequal power. That's it for today's video. Stay tuned for more. Until next time, and don't forget to subscribe to Bloodline Boxing.